If you're thinking about getting a surgery, right? If you're being recommended by a doctor to get a surgery and you think that it's bearable, how your pain threshold, how you're living right now, you're not in so much pain that you can live without the surgery, that's worth considering not getting the surgery because you never really know how your body's going to feel like after the surgery. This video should be called you, Dr. Andrew Pearl. This is why I regret my labrum tear surgery, arthroscopic shoulder repair surgery. I had surgery on my left shoulder. Let me start at the beginning. I'm a really bad skateboarder. During like the pandemic, I was like trying to get really good, going to the skate park a lot. My flip tricks weren't that good. Trying to just do a lot of park skating and like a few bowls, half pipes and stuff. Dislocated my shoulder like a couple times. And you know, as a kid I had dislocated my shoulder before, so it wasn't a big deal. Popped it back in and like kept skating. I went to bed that night and I woke up and it was like really sore and I was like, this is fine, it'll go away. And then my arm wouldn't stop clicking and popping, and everything got kind of scary when I was acting for a friend in a scene. We were filming it, and then in the middle of the scene my arm popped out and I fell to the ground, and I was like, okay, this is serious, I should go and like get some medical opinions on this. So I started going to like doctors. So I got an MRI and like EKG, 180-degree labrum tear. And at first they were like, you know, you can get surgery. I was like watching a lot of YouTube videos about it and getting other people's opinion. I was doing a little bit of physical therapy, and then I caught COVID doing physical therapy at this place in Brooklyn. So I stopped physical therapy. I went to the HSS. I got a labrum repair surgery. I had never had real surgery before. The doctor said it went really well. Yeah, he was just talking to me a lot during the consultations about his daughter and how she was gonna go to NYU Tisch for drama, which is where I went to school. I was like, cool. After the surgery, they gave me a bunch of meds and sent me home. And so I went down. I was living in New York and Brooklyn at the time. My mom picked me up so that my family could, like, I should be with my family during my recovery a little bit before physical therapy, because I just like, you know, couldn't do anything myself because my arm was like, I woke up, it was like totally numb. Felt like I didn't have an arm, couldn't move it at all, could only use my right hand. I had an iPhone, I had the big iPhone, and it was like annoying to use. Yeah, and I just basically was like in bed for like a few weeks, grew out my beard a lot, and I had to do like these exercises that were like hard to do. So they gave me a bunch of meds, sent me home, and one of the meds they gave me was like Oxy, which is like a opioid. I learned really quickly, like the first day after the surgery, that I was like allergic to that because I took it as prescribed. My sister said that like my eyes rolled into the back of my head and I just kind of like passed out and I was unconscious, and they like couldn't wake me up, and they like called 911. Before the ambulance got there, like I awoke and it was like no more Oxy, so the recovery was kind of painful. I did physical therapy in St. Mark's Place with this really cool guy for like 4 or 5 months. I regret the surgery because I got the surgery to get rid of the clicking and popping and the weird feelings in my left shoulder. Instead of that going away fully, it just sort of added more nerve numbness than before the surgery, and like it's really hard for me to like lie on my side when I'm sleeping on my left side or lie on my back. And my arm, like even right now, is just basically like tingly all the time. So it like super sucks. For a long time, I kind of felt like my left arm, left hand like wasn't mine. I grew up like playing viola and like playing guitar, so my left hand, like being able to like play the notes and stuff, it kind of felt like, oh man, like this isn't the same like motor function that like, you know, I've been honing all my life. It's kind of like having to relearn like how to use your body. So that sucked. Like a few months after the surgery, and then I reached out to Dr. Andrew Pearl and told him like, hey, like things aren't cool, you know, like this feels kind of worse, you know. He was kind of like, oh, that's not good. Let me recommend you to these like nerve people, you know. And everyone's like charging me out the wazoo, like my health insurance like is like bitching. And I went there and they're like, oh well, this is gonna just nothing happened, right? Another it's like, what are you gonna do, operate on me again? I don't want that. So it's just kind of like, it is what it is, champ, which kind of sucks. And so, you know, I take gabapentin when the nerve pain gets too bad, and I just kind of live with it. Hope it goes away someday. I think that it's probably slowly fading. Like it's only been like a couple of years, but I don't think it'll be like this forever. And if it is, then, you know, I can live with it, but it's definitely, you know, not ideal. And in retrospect, you know, the recovery time from the surgery and like how much pain it was and like how it kind of feels worse now, I don't think I would get my labrum repaired again. I think I would just let it just be a little bit torn or like heal on its own if it, you know, whatever. I wrote Dr. Andrew Pearl a letter. Dear Dr. Andrew Pearl, I got this surgery to make my life easier. It's made my life harder. My range of motion hasn't fully returned, and it's been 7 months. On top of that, my left hand and arm feel often quite numb. If I lie down, raising my hands above my head, is only possible for a few seconds before the pain tells me to stop. It's hard not to be mad at you when I wish I had never gotten the surgery. My physical therapists tell me my recovery is taking abnormally long, and to add insult to injury, I get emails from your office asking if I'd like to sponsor your bike ride. When I went to PT, they're like, "This is abnormal because, like, my full range of motion, like, it's back now, basically. Although I feel it and it clicks and pops, but like, lying in bed, like, raising my hands above my head was like really hard for like a good year. I say that if someone's recommending you surgery and you're not sure if you want to get it or if it seems kind of like serious, doctors and surgeons do have a financial interest vested in like your business. So it might be worth shopping around and getting more opinions before you make a unalterable decision. A decision that before you make a decision that you can't change. It's worth, taking your time and not rushing anything. I know it's really hard and scary if you can bear the pain of whatever you're going through. Almost 2 years, I think, since the surgery, and I still have to think about my arm basically every time I lie down. It was really hard to focus, when your arm is like constantly numb and stuff, and it's just been a real downer. So I just wanted to make this video to share my personal experience with arthroscopic labrum repair surgery and let you guys know that I don't recommend it.